evening. Welcome to the 9th and 10th channel of Byju's. I'm your teacher Ankita and I welcome you all in today's class. In today's class, we will be discussing about the rise of the nationalism chapter from class 10th history, and today is a part 2 of the chapter, and in today's class we will be discussing the making of the nationalism in Europe. So I hope that all of you are ready for the class, everyone. Give me a quick thumbs up. I hope that I'm clearly audible and visible to you. And I hope that all of you are ready for the class. Yes? Please make sure to hit the like button and please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new here in the class. Yes? Tell me everyone, I'm clearly audible and visible. Good evening everyone. How are you all? Yes? How are you all? Good to see that. Yes. Okay, very good everyone. So I hope that all of you are ready for the class today. Awesome. Everyone, please make sure you hit the like button. Let's quickly hit the 50 likes, right? And then we'll move ahead. Yes. Okay. So everyone, can you quickly tell me what we have studied in the last class? Yes, still quickly revise. Let's quickly revise everyone. Ask your friends to quickly join the class. जल्दी से बोलो class start होने वाली है. आ जाओ. कहाँ पे रह गए आपके दोस्त? Yes. चलिए. And anyone in the class who wants to start? I want to go back to the schools where you know what. हाँ हम बोल सकते हैं let's revise and we can ask the students to say and they will be standing up and raising their hands. मैं बोलूँगी. And then of course that's happened. I can see Napoleon Code आ गया. अच्छा. Frederick की painting के बारे में discussion किया. Very good. We talked about the French Revolution. Absolutely correct. Then about the France and the Napoleon painting 1804. अच्छा 2-3 चीजें हमें बार-बार याद आ रही हैं. Very good. Nationalism. Awesome. Yes, we discussed about the nationalism. What is the meaning of nationalism, right? Chaliye. So let's quickly recap. I want all of you to be there with me. So we started our chapter with a very brief history of the French Revolution, जो 9th class में हमने पढ़ा है. Then we came with the 10th class syllabus. We talked about the painting by the Frederick. It has a utopian vision, the future vision of the perfect world, harmony and peace. We discussed about the nationalism. We went ahead and we understand the condition of France at that particular time. No rights were given to the women. People were really very poor. They were struggling. The poor people formed the Jacobins Club, right? And of course, they slowly enlist the feeling of brotherhood, right? And what they did, they actually have certain idea for common identity, right? Same tricolor flag, calling fatherland and the citizenship, right? Speaking in France, right? Have the rhymes, oaths in French language. Yes. So they did all of this so that the people can come together and they feel that they are a part of a one country, nation, state formation we saw. Eventually, we moved ahead and we saw that there was a conflict, and of course, we saw the rise of the Napoleon Bonaparte, some pros and some cons, what he did, right? Napoleon Code, very good for the few people in the beginning, but of course, they didn't like it later. Clear? We will start civics and economics, Ankita, don't worry. I know that it's a long due, but don't worry, we'll start. Yes, Shivanshu. So I know that we will, whatever be the case, I can see that you're mentioning that, ma'am, on this website, is this something? So we will follow what we have in our NCERT. Clear? So as a student, right, when we are studying, we believe that what we have in the NCERT is correct until as NCERT itself says that this is wrongly printed. Okay? So we'll be following the NCERT. Everyone, are we clear with that? How's the Josh? Now let's get started. We don't have Menti today, but this week we will have Menti for sure. So once we are done with 2 topics, right, we will take a small Menti quiz that actually help us to quickly revise the whole concept. Super high. Everyone, please make sure to hit the like button. Do we have 50 likes? Have we achieved our target? Come on everyone, 44. We need few more likes. Yes. Okay, Vaishnavi is asking why the bio session was recorded. Because we had a feeling you enjoy recorded session, that's why. Yes. We will have the timeline and the map work also. Don't worry, Krishna, we'll do that. Okay, are we there at 50 likes? Come on, are we there at 50 likes? Okay. Okay, Nalla Irke, AV saying, ma'am, does a regional dialect means regional language? Yeah, kind of a regional language. For example, if you talk about Hindi also, right? The Hindi might have few different sides also. People will maybe speaking Hindi in a different way, right? Or let's suppose Rajasthani. Let's suppose in UP we have Brijwasi language. So that also changes from one village to another village. Okay, good. Okay, let's get started, everyone. I want full focus now. Full focus in the class. We are starting now, right? And we'll be discussing about the making of the nationalism in Europe. Very, very important topic, everyone. If you break this topic, we'll have 3 important questions from this. So let's get started. So this is what we'll be learning in today's class, everyone. Understanding the growth of the middle class against the Aristotle, right? And of course, we'll be discussing the liberal ideas. And of course, the new conservatism. Important heavy words. We have divided our session into these 4 topics, right? We'll be discussing about the aristocracy, right? The nobles, I would say, and the new middle class. We'll be discussing about the liberal nationalism. We'll be discussing about the new convertism after, right? After the 1815, and of course we'll be discussing about the revolutionaries. So it's a very, very interesting session that we have planned for you today. Sham, we have just revised, right, from the previous class. You can go back and come back again, or maybe you can stay with us and you can watch that later. So everyone, let's get started. Yeah, we saw this map yesterday also. Yes or no? What do you think? I'm just checking the memory. And I'm just checking everyone that how many of you go back and read from the textbook. It's very important, everyone, that after every class, please have an habit of reading what we have studied. Class खत्म होने के बाद में 5 मिनट के लिए बुक उठाओ, पेजेस को देखो, टॉपिक को एक बार पढ़ लो. You will read, right? आपके दिमाग में हमेशा रहेगी वो बात. You will always remember the concepts. Okay? So we saw this map of Europe. Initially it was like that, and of course after some time we saw that there was changes. So now let's understand, everyone, क्या हो रहा था उस time पे. Now when we discuss about it, right? The present day Switzerland, Germany, Italy was not there. Can you imagine? The countries that we see now, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, were not there till 1815. Right? They was divided into various kingdoms. Kingdoms थे, duchies थे, cantons थे, मतलब राजा थे. So they were under the rule of monarchy. Kings were ruling, right? These different places. The central and the eastern Europe was ruled by the kings only, right? And has a diverse population. Everyone, I'm sure all of you, like if you talk about our country itself, right? I'm sure all of you have seen we have lots and lots of diversity. Yes or no? Yes or no? Jaldi se, everyone. Yes? Very good. Cantons, it's nothing but the small administration unit which is set up. Duchies, Dutch बोलते हैं ना हम, राजा महाराजा वाले सब चीजें हैं. Yes, smarty way, बच्चे, cantons and other, I think many of you are asking, right? They're nothing but the small units, right, which are established for the political and for the financial system. Okay? Good. So now that we are clear with this, we do understand that initially everything was scattered. Yes, everything was scattered. There was a lot of diversity around. Even though the people are living in the same country, I would say, they still have a lot of differences. Right? Yes, everyone, I'm sure. No, Swapnil, they're not same. Khushi, so of course it is the control of the king. Right? It has a royal family and the control. Vaishnav, I've answered your question. Okay? So what we know, everyone, that people, even though they're living very close by, the culture that they're following, the diversity is really very diverse. And you know what? They're not very together. Right? They're not together. They don't understand, or they don't have the sense of the unity or the brotherhood. So we saw that before the nationalism came into the Europe, people, right, worship the king, as we were discussing yesterday also in the last class, that they worship the king. They see the king as the one, but they're not concerned with the people who are living around them, right? They don't share the common culture. And in the textbook, everyone, we have a very good example of the Habsburg Empire. This is very important. Now this question was there in various previous sample paper, so we'll be making sure that we understood. Okay, again I can see that there are a lot of doubts which are coming, but everyone please hold your doubts. After this topic I will be taking your doubts, so please don't waste your time, right, writing the doubts over there. Please focus over here, I'll take up your doubts. So everyone, let's understand that what was there in the Habsburg Empire. So of course when we talk about this, there's something definitely we are going back. Now this particular empire was a patchwork, has so many diverse people, right? Has so much of diversity, people speaking different languages, the way they behave, the way they dress, their cultures are different. So do you think that bringing these all people together and telling them to have the feeling of nationalism is a right thing? Do you think that they'll be able to feel? Tell me everyone. For example, you are in a class, right? All of you are in a class, and of course you are of a different age group altogether, right? Now from this particular class, right, I'm shifting you to the next class where there are only 2 people of your age. There are only few people of your same culture, right? There are only few people who speak the same language, but there are a variety of people who speak different languages. So, do you think that if I ask you to pick a leader, it will be easy for you to pick? Yes or no? Do you think that in all of that diversity, if you have to pick one leader, right, with all coming together, with all understanding, right, do you think it's easy? Do you think that all of you who are there in this particular room will have the same feeling for one nation? Yes? Very good, very good. We will not have, right? So similarly, at that particular time, right, when the nationalism was just a hawa, it was there in the air, but it was not there to the people's mind. The situation was very different. So let's understand what was there in a case of Habsburg Empire. So they have different empire. There are people who are speaking German. There are people who are speaking Italian, right? There are people who are speaking Magyar. There are people who are speaking the Polish. So again everyone, you don't have to remember the names of the country. If you can, well and good, right? But it's not compulsory. There are few things that you have to remember, that there were different languages that were spoken in that particular empire. Apart from that, right, we have different set of people altogether. There are people who are living in, like a Banjara type. There are a lot of people, right? We have different types altogether. Their cultures were different. The way were different, see? So these are the different types of people we are saying, right? So of course, if we ask these people, do you want to have a nation state, or do you have a feeling of nationalism? What do you think will be the answer? The answer will be that no. So everyone, this particular example helps us to understand that the beginning of the nationalism, right? When it came over here, it's a clear-cut indication that first of all, we have to unite all people. We have to come in term that, okay, you are a part of this. If they have a different culture, I think then they should not be a part of a particular thing, right? So, what happened? This was the very, very important glimpse that we had. Everyone, are we clear? Ma'am, in exam, they will ask or not? Yes, they will ask. They'll ask about this particular thing. They'll not ask you to mention all the countries' name, 1 or 2 names will be good enough. Okay? Very good. Vishal, as of now, I haven't seen a specific question where they're asking for the names of the country. Okay. Clear, everyone? So, I'm revising it again. I can see many of you have few doubts. Right? Yes? Okay. Yes, Nishant is asking me what is the meaning of the autocratic monarch. Autocratic का मतलब होता है one person who has uncontrolled power. Okay. So a person, for example, a king, if they have uncontrolled power, we call it as the autocratic monarch. Clear? This question can come for 3 marks. Yes. Clear, everyone? So from this particular topic, they can ask you to write a brief on what was the difference that we have in the Habsburg Empire. How the Habsburg Empire has a various different culture and diversity. Yes. We'll discuss about it. Sadia will discuss about it. Wait a minute. How did the nationalism and the idea of nation emerges, Chaitanya? I think we discussed that yesterday, right? People, when nobody was listening to them, they need the equality, they need the freedom, right? And that's how, with their own experience from the past, they realize that the right way is to give the power to the people and have a representative who can think about the people and their benefits. Okay, very good, everyone. Clear? Please do make the notes. Yes, please do make the notes. I will show you the last slide. You can take a look over here, everyone. Yes. Okay. Everyone, are we clear? Quick thumbs up. Quick thumbs up. Very good. Now let's move ahead, everyone, to the next topic, right? Now that was a brief history. Now we are discussing about the nobles. Aristocracy, right? Or the aristols. What are those? Those were the nobles, right? So let's discuss this, everyone, in great detail, and let's understand about the new middle class. So now when we talk about the nobles, right? Okay, let's go back. How was the life of nobles? So you have a hint about the lives of the nobles from the, I would say, from the French Revolution. What do you think about the nobles, right? The rich people, right? The rich people. They had a lot of privileges, they had a lot of money, they have big houses, they have lots of laborers, right? And they were not doing much. One of the important thing again over here is that, yes, they have a very small group, right? They have a very small group. So usually what happened, these nobles will meet in their group only. The population is very small of these nobles, the rich people, right? They will be all interconnected, everyone knows each other. There will be marriages happening in the noble society only. And of course, these people are the one who have a mindset that they don't want to work and they want other people, the poor people, to work. Everyone, are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Yes, they are the land owners, right? And they don't pay the taxes, they take the taxes. And they have a mindset that we don't want to change anything. जैसा चल रहा है वैसा चलने दो, हमारे पास में power है and we want the power. We don't want to lose the power, so we are very stringent. We are very stubborn, right? We call them as the conservatives. Okay? Then of course we saw the emerging of the new class, which is the middle class. They were the people who were really very educated, have an understanding about the freedom, right? About the equality, and they want a society where everyone is treated equally. So let's understand more about it, everyone. So over here, we're talking about the nobles. They're the highest class in the society. Highest class in the society. They owns big lavish mansions, bungalows, right? They spoke French. This is very important, everyone. So they usually converse in French language, right? Their families will often get connected, right? And of course get married. And of course, they were the formation of the small population. Only a small group was there, which includes the nobles, and of course the rest of the population were of the peasants or the farmer. Yes? Now, when we talk about these, right? When we talk about that how they were spread in the France also, this is very, very interesting. In the west part and the central part of the Europe, if you see the west part over here and the central part of the Europe, as there is a growth of the industrialization, what we saw the growth of the towns, commercial classes. So we saw the emerging of the new classes altogether. Then of course, we saw the new formation social group, right? We saw the working class emerging. So as there was a rise in the industrialization, new people are coming, people are moving out of the cities to different countries to work, we saw the growth of the working class people. Now they are the people who have an understanding of the freedom, liberty. Right, everyone? Yes, estate means big bungalows, right? a big property, kind of a farmhouse, I would say. Clear, everyone? Please don't spam. See, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'll give you time for the doubts. Please don't spam. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, let's see, everyone. So, I've just mentioned, see again, everyone over here, these are the notes from your textbook. So, you don't have to make the notes again. You can break these down. If you want to, you can take a screenshot of it. Now, let's see, everyone. So, as the industrialization occurs in England and we saw the growth of the middle class, right? We saw the emergence of a new class, which we call as a working class and the middle class, right? And of course, this particular class has the idea of unity. Now, they want to be united together, they want to grow together, they want the equality together. So they are the educated people who have an understanding that if we live together, if we have equality, if we have freedom, we will be able to grow much as a nation and as an individual. So it's a very similar, everyone. I'm sure this happens in every society, right? We have an old class, right? Of course, in our homes also, if we see, right, we have old people, right? It could be our grandparents or their grandparents. And of course, then we have new kids. I'm sure you'll be able to see a lot of difference between these two. Yes or no? Yes, right? We can see a clear-cut difference. The ideas will be different. The way they behave to a situation will be different. And we always say that the progressive mindset is really very important. Yes? Good. Very good. Very good. Okay, there was a question. Ma'am, estate to assembly ko bhi bolte hain. That was called as estate general. Let's not mix word. Okay? Yes, let's not mix word. Estate over here, right? I'm sure you would have seen the movies, especially if we're talking about the movies where we're discussing about the king and the queens. They have a huge estate. हमारा बहुत बड़ा एस्टेट है, फार्म हाउस भी बहुत बड़े बड़े लैंड है जहाँ पे छोटे छोटे घर हैं और राजा महाराजा रह रहे हैं. Clear? Estate General was a name of the assembly where all the three estates will come and discuss matter. Bachcha, there's no definition of middle class. So, I mean, there's no definition of middle class. We can say that they're the educated people, they got the knowledge, they got the money when the industrialization came, they educated themselves and they believe in the idea of liberty and freedom. Purnima, I think you were not there in yesterday's class, okay? So opportunity means a supreme power to a country. A country is powerful enough to take its own decision, its own sole controlling power. It is not governed by any other country, right? Good. Vaishnav, the commercial class बच्चे यही जो business कर रहे हैं. Yes, ma'am, how you learn this chapter so beautifully? Tips, please. Sham, I just imagine that I am a French citizen, right? I'm there at that particular time, and it's my story. It's as if that I am telling you the story. So just go back in the past, just see. It seems very weird. You will say, "Kya ma'am, आप कैसे बोल रहे हो? मैं सोचूं कि मैं French Revolution में जा रहा हूँ." But try. When you read history, right? Imagine that you are a part of it, right? And then tell your parents, right? Tell your brothers, sisters. भले वो सो रहे हो, बोर हो रहे हो, बोलो कि अरे please हमारी बात सुन लो. I will tell you a very interesting story today. Tell them, discuss with your friends, right? Then you will remember everything. Very good, Ash. Okay. Yes, Shyam, I have given you the tips and the tricks. Autonomous territory. Autonomous ka matlab individual, as we say. Who is running by itself. Okay? Yes, Arpita, I've answered your question. Okay, everyone. So let's move to the next topic. What did the liberal stands for? So everyone, if you see, these topics are there in your textbook also, so that there's no confusion for you. Now everyone, we are done with the nationalism, right? There are two words I'm sure you all have heard about. Liberals. Okay, and anyone in class 8th, you have heard about the word moderates? Radicals, many of you ask me, what is the radicals and moderate? Moderate are the people who are very shant. Don't want to take the action. But radicals are the people who want to take the action really very quickly. They want to take the action, right? They believe that until unless they will not show some actions, the other person will not listen. So these two were there in class 8th, nationalism in India. National movement of India, right? Now we have a new word over here, liberals. Now, can you use this word in the sentence? I'm sure you would have. Right? Liberals. Oh, you know what? My parents are very liberal. They will not say anything to me. Oh, you know what? My parents are not liberal. I don't know why. Yes? My teacher is very liberal when she does the correction of the papers. Right? I hope that I'll get good marks. What is the meaning of liberal? Liberal people are those who have free thinking and who thinks about the freedom. Right? The liberal word is coming from the liberty. Right? Open-minded people. Right? Free-minded people. So, when we have these two words, nationalism and the liberal, we know that we are talking about a place, right? Or we are talking about an people who feels that they should be, first of course their thinking is very free. They think equally for the people. They want to think for the nation. Everyone, are we clear with this? They are not strict. Liberals are not very strict. They understand your problems, they understand your issue, and then they understand that what can be done for that. Yes, very good. So let's understand everyone more about the liberal. Who are liberal thinking, or what is liberalism? Liberalism is nothing but a political ideology, right? It's in thinking, right? That focus on people's personal freedom, civil liberty and democracy. What are their rights? What are their rights as a citizen? Right? What they have, what are they thinking, right? We call them as the liberal thinkers, right? And of course, in the economic term, liberalism is a belief of free trade and free business, right? A business where things are equal for all of them, okay? So these words become super, super important. Everyone, are we clear about two words? Yes, very, very good. Ideology meaning, Anita, सोचना, मतलब एक सोच जो होती है. जैसे for example, I'm sure your parents will say, you know what, my ideology is that all of us should hard work, right? And with the determination, you will be able to achieve the success. So we have two ideologies there, but of course, there are different ideologies. I'm just taking a small example. Clear? The thinking that we have. Hard work से हमेशा result मिलेगा. Your teacher will always tell you. So that means that they have the thinking of कि hard work करने से you will get the result. Yes. Okay, good everyone. Okay, now that we're clear with the liberal, right? Let's understand what was the impact. So of course the liberalism meant the end of the autocratic rules, the kings and all the privilege. My tongue is slipping. All the privilege that the nobles have, that the rich people have, are now taken away. Right? It's a meaning, it's a clear-cut meaning if you're talking about the freedom. Right? And of course, we're talking about the nationalism. When we're treating people equally, the liberal thinkers have a thing that we should be all equal, right? There should be no privilege. There should be no privilege given to the people especially. They also emphasized on the complete security of the private property. So everyone, I'm sure you remember in the during the French Revolution, not all the people have the right to property. For example, if I am a poor farmer, I cannot have the property. After some time, during the changing of the laws, I got a right to buy the property, but again, they took this right from me. So the liberals put the pressure, emphasis, many of you are asking, ma'am, what is the meaning of emphasis? Focus. Or they put the pressure on that everyone should have the property, and of course it should have the security for the private property also. For example, if I want to own a private property, I should be able to do it. Clear? Everyone, are we clear? Quick thumbs up, quick thumbs up. Good. Very good, everyone. Awesome, awesome. See, it's because of you I have that high energy. Ta-da! Okay, the chart become really very small. Okay. Yes. So largely privileges. So of course, the people who are very close to nobles, right, they have some clerky benefits, right? So they have some freedoms. You don't have to pay the taxes. Yeah, you can have more money, right? Suffrages means voting rights, right? Yes. Good. Okay. Right, everyone, are we clear? Okay, now let's move ahead, everyone, and let's talk about what is the meaning of the liberalism in political sphere. So how the liberal thinker were thinking about the political side, what they means over there. Men without the property and all the women are still not involved to vote. So at that particular time, right, before the nationalism came into the Europe, people with no property and the women have no right to vote. So it's very insignificant, right? For example, if I am a citizen, if I want to vote if I want to cast a vote, it should be my right. But at that particular time, it was not the case. So the liberals thought that it is completely incorrect. And of course, women were reduced to the passive citizen, right? They can only listen to their husband and to their sons and their fathers. They don't have any rights in general. We know that this is not correct. Women were the active participation. They give their active participation in the French Revolution, but still they were not able to cast a vote. Everyone, are we clear? Yes, they were the passive citizen. Absolutely correct. They were the passive citizens. So now, liberal but definitely he was supporting it that, you know, all of the women should have a right, all the people should have the right to have a property rights. Then of course, let's take a look at the liberal thinkers, what they thought about the economy. Of course, at that particular time, there was a lot of trades, taxes that they have to pay. Now the liberal thinker were in a favor that, you know, these market, there are a lot of restrictions. There are a lot of state impositions which are there. If they're moving from one state to another, there's so much things, right? So much restrictions. So they want to remove these restrictions so that they can trade freely. Right, everyone, are we clear? Are we clear with this? Freedom of economy means that they want to reduce the number of taxes. They want to remove the number of imposed. For example, everyone, let's suppose you are writing a... Okay, let's suppose you want to go and participate in the debate competition. Okay? For example, you want to participate in debate competition. Yes? Right? You want to participate in debate competition, but what is happening? Unfortunately, your teacher is asking you to write 5 different types of essays. Then, of course, out of those 5 essays, you have to remember 3 essays. Out of that, 2 will be finalized and eventually 1 you have to speak. So can you see there are a lot of restrictions? Not exactly though, but there are you cannot go and you cannot just give your name and say, yeah ma'am, I want to participate in debate. There are a lot of imposition. Similarly, for example, if I am a trader, right? For example, if I am a trader, right? And I want to go and do the business, let's suppose in other state. It should be easy because it's in my country only. Yes, but initially at that particular time, they have very heavy state imposition laws. They have to pay heavy taxes. A lot of other things were there. So they want that to remove. Everyone, are we clear? Yes. Yeah, just now they did. He did. Definitely he did. But still, you remember what happened in the Napoleon, right? He increased the taxes also. That is also there. Okay? So everyone, are we clear up to here? No, they are not same AV. Liberals and moderators are not same. We cannot call it. They actually, when we talk in terms of the history, they are from different parts. Okay, please do make the notes. Himanshi, noble people, rich people. Aristocrat. Okay, everyone clear? I hope that there's no doubt. I'm taking your doubts over here. If you have doubts, please ask. Okay, means removing the tax. Absolutely correct, Soumya. And which chapter? French Revolution. Okay, very good. Clear. Quick thumbs up, everyone. A quick thumbs up in the chat. Sukrit Bache, aristocracy means rich people, right? Autocracy means a person, right, who has the whole control on a particular thing. Right? Clear? One man's rule, yeah. Hegel is helping you. Awesome, everyone. Now, this is what was happening at that particular time. Yes. Purnima, I think I have missed it out. Can you write it out again? Okay. So everyone, why the economy change was needed? Right? Why the economy change was needed? Yes. Yes. Okay. So of course, when we discuss everyone about the different trades, right, at that particular time, German speaking area, right, had about 39 different small places. We call them as the Confederation of the 39 states under the Napoleon. So Napoleon actually conquered these territories, and of course they were a mix of 39 small territories. They were not very big countries, small patches. And all of those places have the German speaking people. What happened? That of course trade was happening, right? And all of these states, 39 states, right, have their own currency, have their own weight and measurement. So what was the feeling of the people? They really don't want to waste the money, right? They want to have a system where they can easily go and trade, right? So they realize that it's a need. So what happened? Again, everyone, a super important question. The formation of the custom union or the Zollverein, right? Remember this, everyone. 2 marks question. Right? I'm sure you have seen this, and if you have gone through any question paper, I'm sure you would see this for sure. So after getting really very worried about all of the taxes, all of the different systems, different currency, in 1834, a union was formed, right? A group of people came together. From where they came together? They came from the country Prussia, right? They were the one who took the initiative. And of course, they joined the German state. And you know what they did? They did the reduction in the currency first of all, right? They reduced the number of the currency. They reduced the traffic charges moving from one country to another country, right? They reduced the currencies from 30 to 2. Okay, they built up a good network of railway so that the transportation is easy. What they did, they made sure that the communication is becoming more and more easy. There's a lot of mobility of the people all around. They reduced the taxes, right? And of course, they made sure that there's a smooth process happening. Clear, everyone? Rohit L, right? In the textbook, they have used it as an example. It's something that we are using it to measure the length. Very good. Yeah, extra taxes were removed. Very good. Yes, Purnima. Yes. So they have approximately 30 currencies that was reduced to 2. Clear, everyone? So this becomes super important. For example, right? Let's suppose if we all are a trader, right? We all are trader. And we have to go from one state to another state. But as we move from one state to another state, what we saw? We have to change the currency, we have to take so much permission, and there's a lot of jhanjat, right? We cannot do our trade properly. So we came together and formed the Zollverein. Vaishnav, if you focus, you will learn, bache. Please pay attention to the class, right? So they formed the custom union. They came together and they formed the custom union so that the people can take the decisions together, and they did all of these changes. Because Jishna, he didn't change anything over there. There were very few changes that were made. Clear? They just have answered your question. Yes? Yes, the trade will become really very easy. Everyone, are we clear with this? Quick thumbs up. Yes, very good everyone. We have only 15 minutes. Jaldi say. There's few topics left. We have to move a little bit quicker. Yes, Ritika, I'm really sorry, bache. We'll take a quick recap in the end. You can go back and see this. We are moving ahead. Okay. Now, everyone, let's talk about the Napoleon. Napoleon, what happened to Napoleon, right? So, till the 1815, yes, he was there. He was ruling. People were not that happy, but yeah, he was still there. But there was some plot that was happening, everyone. There was a plot being planned by the different nation. So, of course, in the year 1815, Napoleon actually was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo, right? By which countries? Can you name the countries, everyone? Yes? Can you name the countries? We have British. We have British. We have Russia. we have Austria, and we have Prussia. Right? Interesting. Do remember this. Okay, this is super, super important. So let's understand, everyone, the new convertism, right? New convertism. Okay? After the 1815. Okay? Yes. So let's see, everyone. So what was happening? After the Napoleon's defeat, the people who belongs to the conservative mindset, right? The one who believes in the monarchy came together and they're like, now is the time for us to get back what we had, right? Get back what we had. So after the Napoleon defeat, right, in the spirit of the Yes? Clear, everyone? What is the meaning of conservatism? Obviously, it's over here. Right? So, of course, these are the people who believe in the traditional things. Right? They were the believer of the traditional things, right? That we should have the monarchy, we should have the king's rule, there should be an institution, there has to be the customs. So, they are the people who believe in the old traditional. Right? Clear? So, they thought that it's right time for us to take back the power, and slowly what happened? They came, they met together, and they signed a treaty in Vienna. We call it as the Congress of Vienna in 1815. All these people, these three countries' people came to Vienna, city in Austria. That whole thing was led by Duke Metternich, right? He was a Duke of the Austria. He hosted all of these people, and what he did? All of these people said that, you know what? We know there are good things and there are bad things. So, they all took the good things from the Napoleon Code. What they said? They kept the modernization together. They said that could actually benefit us. So, for example, the good things what the people actually liked, right? They said that let's use this. It will be strengthening our power. And whatever they didn't like, they scrapped that, right? They just removed it. Right? And of course, they have their own systems. Everyone, are we clear? Clear? Everyone, are we clear? Yes, so are we clear with what was happening in the new conservatism, right? Yes, awesome, everyone. So they were really very smart. Whatever they felt that will be helping in their rule, whatever they thought that people will be happy about, they kept few rules, and then the other things that were actually spreading the idea of nationalism, they cancelled all of those things. So let's understand, everyone, over here. So we have 4 countries. Do remember the names. They met in Vienna. Who was the chancellor? Duke Metternich, right? And of course, they signed a treaty mentioning few points. Now this is super important. Yes? Everyone, are we clear? Yes, this is super important, this particular part. Okay? So of course now this looks very scary, everyone, कि मैम इतना सब कुछ याद करना पड़ेगा. Remember this, what they did the first thing. They restored the Bourbon dynasty. So of course, you remember Louis XVI belonged to this particular generation of the kings. So they restored them in France. Then France, right, under the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte, actually got more and more territories into it. So they took all the territories which were invaded by the Napoleon Bonaparte. Third point, few states around the France, they set few states so that France people again should not go and do the invasion of the other countries. Then this is something which is a little bit confusing, where you have to remember the names. We saw the formation of various other small countries. Various of these small countries which were captured, or we can say which was ruled by Napoleon at that particular time, was distributed among these 4 countries. So for example, we have 4 countries, right? We have Britain, we have Russia, Austria and Prussia. So what happened? The areas where the Napoleon took the control, those areas were divided among these countries. So of course, the Netherlands, right, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which included the Belgium, was set up in the north. So in the north, we saw the formation of Netherlands. Then of course, we had Genoa, which was added to the Piedmont, which is there in the south, which of course now is a part of Italy. You will be learning later. The Persia, right, got due some new territory. Austria also got some control of the northern Italy part, right? The German, the 39 states that were there, that were not disturbed. They were there as it is. I'm sure they would have find it no interest in working those states. That's why they left it. And of course, in the end, we have the Russia, who got a part of the Poland, and whereas the Persia was given a particular part of Senoxy. Clear, everyone? So these are 4 important points, I would say. The last part where there is a distribution of the states, just remember it a little bit brief here and there, 1 or 2 names, but the other 3 points are super important. Clear? Everyone, are we clear? 1 minute. Clear, everyone? Okay, Flamingo, basically it was the custom union which was set up by the Persia so that there's an easy trade. Bureaucracy, of course, when we talk about this, right, the one who represents, who talks about kind of a system where we have. Okay. I'm sure when you will read more, you will have more clarity. Yes. Okay, we will repeat this. We will repeat this again. Just give me some time. We will take a quick recap of this. Okay. Now let's talk about, everyone, what was happening again. The same thing that we have just discussed. They wanted the king rules to be back, right? And they did some imposed laws. So there was an introduction of the censorship. So they implemented the laws, right? They made sure that nobody is talking bad about them. So they imposed the censorship, which means that they are taking away the freedom from the people. Very, very important point. When this happened, of course, people were still in a full mode to have the nationalism. So even though we saw that kings are back for some time, people are still looking for some rebel and revolution. Clear? Yes, everyone? So let's quickly recap this part, everyone. Yes? So what we saw, that after the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon is out of the picture and the kings are really very happy, right? The kings are saying, now it's our time, right? So in 1815, 4 countries came together. We can say Britain, right? Russia, Austria and Prussia. They came together and they signed a treaty in Vienna, right? In 1815. What they did, they actually restored the king, Bourbon kingdom, kings back, right? That is a very important thing. Then of course, they took the extra territories which were added to the France. Yes, then they made sure to divide the conquered part by the Napoleon to the amongst themselves. And most importantly, what they did was this particular part. The few states were set up around the France so that there's no more invasion. Right, there's no more expansion. Okay, yes, very good. So Hegel, they made some other, in their family they made another king. Yes, okay. I'm sorry, I'll check, Preeti, I'll check for the notes. So everyone, are we clear up to here? Rohit, this is a very interesting question. Everyone, how many of you think that Napoleon Bonaparte died or he was asked to leave? Think about it, everyone. What happened? What happened? They have used a specific word. Yes. Very good, very good. He was defeated, or what happened to him? Defeated, or he died. I am leaving it to you. I know the answer, but you have to do some research. By the end of this class, do tell me. Okay? Everyone, look at this picture. We have 10 minutes, everyone. We have 10 minutes. Let's look over here. That's an amazing picture that we have. So over here, we can see this picture, right? And this picture, of course, was there in the newspapers. So can you see, if you look closely, we can see that there are a lot of people are sitting, and of course, they have the mouth. Their mouth is closed, right? We can see there's a close. Mouth is closed, right? Yes, I'm sure you all can see that. Yes, it's a picture from your textbook. So what do you understand by this? This picture actually came after the, when the kings and all come back. After the comeback of the conservatives, right? When the conservatives were back, this was a condition. Yes. So of course, as there was an introduction of the censorship, even though these thinkers are there to discuss, basically they cannot speak anything. There's a censorship imposed. They cannot talk anything bad about the kings, bad about the rule, right? They don't have any rights. Now, no, it's not that the kings have no say. The thinkers, right? The people have no say. Okay? Yes, so this is, remember everyone, this is important, is there in your textbook. But do you think that people were very silent? Do you think that, right? Do you think that the people had a feeling कि हाँ अब हमें परेशान, अब हम परेशान हो के will not be doing anything? Do you think that people left the rebel? Do you think that people are like, okay, we are done. Whatever fight we have to do, we did. But now we will not be fighting. Very good. Now, of course, the people have tasted the taste of freedom, as we say, right? So they had the feeling, and of course, then of course they rebelled, and of course we'll be discussing about the revolutionaries, the people who rebel, right? So what happened? There was, at small places, there were various people, right? There were a lot of revolutionaries who were there, right? Who rose again for the freedom, for the unity, for the equality. So what they did, slowly they started forming the small clubs and small groups, right? They were very quiet about it, but they were still going out and forming various clubs. One of the famous person that we'll be discussing, and of course we'll be learning more about them, we have the Giuseppe Mazzini. Remember the name of everyone? Mazzini. Okay? He created two separate societies, Young Italy and we have Baron Society. Okay? So, he was born in 1807. Of course, we will be following the NCERT, right? He became a secret member of the committee society which was called as the Carboni, right? But what happened? Of course, he has to move and he got arrested. He was sent in exile, means Desh Nikala. You will not be staying here. They asked him to move, and of course again he did lots of revolution here and there. He was not sitting quietly. He wanted to do something more for the country. So what he did, he formed two secret societies, Young Italy. Remember this everyone, right? And Young Europe, Young Europe in Baron and Young Italy in the Marseille. Clear? Everyone clear? Do remember the names. Young Italy and Young Europe. And of course in those clubs we have the people from Poland, Germany, Italy, and of course French people were there. So they all will be meeting together, will be discussing what is the plan of action, how we can spread the awareness about the nationalism, how we can talk more about it. Yes, very good, very good. It was there in Italy. Ishika? Yes. Okay. Yes. Smartest way, will be learning this in next class. Yes, Preeti, very good. Okay. So everyone, can you quickly answer this question? Where, okay, this you all know. Where he established the Young Italy? Which place, basically, he established the Young Italy? Young Europe, we know that where he established. Yes. Very good, everyone. Option number C is the correct answer. Okay, very good. So with this everyone, we are done. Yes, we are done, right? So I'll just wait for some time if you have any doubts. Young Europe in D, absolutely correct. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me I have a class 8th ka session also. Give me a minute, I'll try my best to start the class at 8 only. Yes. Any doubt everyone? We will quickly recap what we have studied. Okay. Yes, absolutely correct, Himanshi. So Napoleon, okay, let's start from the beginning everyone. Right, everyone, please stay focused. I'm recapping what we have studied in this particular chapter. So everyone, we started our chapter with the understanding, right, we started with understanding about the Habsburg Empire, which we saw there's a lot of small states that are coming together. They have a lot of diversity over there. Then we talked about the nobles and the middle class. Nobles were there since the very beginning. They were rich people. They don't want to work, right? And of course, they have a lot of wealth. And they have a mindset that we should be following a certain rules and people should follow us. Then, of course, we saw the rise of the middle class because there was a growth in the business. There was a growth of the industrialization, right? So these people did the business, they got educated, and they had a feeling and a thinking of a liberal. Basically, they believe in the freedom and the equality. So from there, we saw the growth of the liberals' idea and the liberal thinkers, right? Then, of course, they wanted to change not in just their life, but in the political sphere also. They want people to vote. They should have equal rights. They want the equality and the free thing in the business, in the trade. And then, of course, they have a clear understanding for the society also, right? Now, when we talk about the, after the liberal, right, then, of course, we discussed about the change that we saw. So, many of you are asking for me to repeat the, about the Napoleon Bonaparte. So Napoleon Bonaparte was a ruler. He got into the power, right, and he was a very kind of a invader who went to the different countries and invaded them, and he said that he was spreading the idea of nationalism. There were some pros and there were some cons of the Napoleon Code that we have studied, right? But people are not that happy, and especially the kings were not that happy. So the conservative people, right, the four kingdoms, Britain, Russia, Austria and Persia came together and they fought with Napoleon Bonaparte. He didn't die in the battle, right? They fought with Napoleon Bonaparte. He got defeated and then he was asked to leave. So once the conservative, right, came into the power, they took the good things from the Napoleon Code and said that, you know, we will follow these things because it will be helping us. Rest things, bye-bye. So there was a censorship on what the person can say. They didn't change anything much, right? But they did some small changes here and there. After that, what happened? The revolutionary was still there, and they're like, you know what? We will take care of it and we will read more about it. Everyone clear? Are we clear with this? Yeah, we had the summary also. Clear, everyone? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ishna. Thank you so much. It's all because of you, everyone. See, you are the energy source. You are my energy source. Clear? So everyone, a small pinky promise, right? Small pinky promise to your teacher. Please read the, right? Please read the textbook so that you have everything cleared. And here's the homework, everyone. This question came in the previous year question paper, right? How did the conservatives establish their power after the 1815? Easy peasy. Okay? Yes, you are my ATPs. And I can call myself as mitochondria. Interesting. Okay, everyone. So I think now I have to leave, everyone. Please do write the answer in the comment section below. I'll be waiting for your answer. And signing off, everyone, now. As we say, we have got you covered. Please make sure everyone to hit the like button, share with the video, share with your friends the video, and subscribe to the channel. Confrontation ka matlab, I think a few of you are asking. So it is nothing but the small states, right? They were just made a group. Okay? Smartest way, I'm really sorry, bache, I have a class, so I'll not be able to take your doubt now. Please do drop in the comment section below, we'll discuss. Okay? I have a class on the 6th, 7th and 8th channel, everyone. Now I have to leave. Those kids are here. Okay? Please do read your, drop your doubts in the comment section below. I'll reply to that. Right, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now I'll be leaving. Do take care of yourself, everyone. Keep yourself super happy and super healthy, and keep on learning with Byju's. With that, lots of love and bye bye.